Hello, fourth graders. Let's do some grammar. We are doing classroom practice 27 and 28 today. Before I've helped you classify a couple of the sentences, this time I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do today is just go over part of exercise 2 and exercise 3 on both classroom practice 27 and 28, and you should be able to do the rest of it on your own. If you look at exercise 2 on classroom practice 27, there are two sentences that are complex, CX, and I am going to tell you which two they are. They are number 4 and number 7. That should help you a little bit. The rest of them you have to decide if they're fragments, simple sentences with compound subject or verb, or compound. But let's look at exercise 3. I get my camera here where I need it. It says, use a slash to separate each clause. Write complex sentences as indicated by the labels in parentheses. So you look at number 1, in parentheses it says complex sentence. Use the word before the second clause. Now, the first sentence is, Frank mowed his yard, it rained. Where are we going to put the slash mark? Well, between yard and it. And then we're going to rewrite the sentence using the word before the second clause. So we would write, Frank mowed his yard before it rained. Frank mowed his yard before it rained. I'm going to go through these kind of fast, so let's look at sentence number 2. Sarah was sick, she went to her doctor. They want a complex sentence using the word when at the beginning of the first segment. So first we have to decide where we're going to divide it. Well, Sarah was sick, she went to her doctor. You would divide it between sick and she. Put a slash mark there. And then in the sentence, you're going to start it with when. So when Sarah was sick, comma, she went to her doctor. I forgot to tell you that that comma was inside the parentheses there, so you need to use the comma. When Sarah was sick, comma, she went to her doctor. And number 3, the curtain rose, silence fell over the audience. Well, they want a complex sentence as at the beginning of the sentence and then a comma between the two clauses. So, the curtain rose, silence fell over the audience. Where are we going to divide it? Between rose and silence. Put your slash mark between rose and silence. Then we will rewrite our new sentence. We're going to start it with as. As the curtain rose, comma, silence fell over the audience. Have you got that? As the curtain rose, comma, silence fell over the audience. Now turn your paper over to classroom practice 28. We're going to do basically the same thing. On exercise 2, the complex sentences are number 4 and number 8. I hope you would have been able to pick those out on your own. Number 4 and number 8. Now exercise 3. It says use a slash to separate each clause. Write complex sentence as indicated by the labels in parentheses. So the first one says, we asked for a booth. The waiter gave us a table. Well, where are we going to divide it? Put a slash mark between booth and the. Now they want a compound sentence, comma, but. So you would write it, we asked for a booth, comma, but the waiter sat us at a table. We asked for a booth, comma, but the waiter sat us at a table. Number 2, Zach and I played video games all weekend. We watched movies too. This time they want you to turn it into a simple sentence with a compound verb. So, let's decide where we're going to divide the two clauses here. Zach and I played video games all weekend. Slash mark. We watched movies too. So you put the slash mark between weekend and we. Now we want a sentence with a compound verb, so we have to change it around just a little bit. Zach and I played video games and watched movies all weekend. Zach and I played video games and watched movies all weekend. That's a simple sentence with a compound verb. Our compound verbs are played and watched. Number 3, in the kitchen, I'm sorry, let me start again. The kitchen looked spotless. I cleaned it. This time they want a complex sentence using the word after the second, before the second clause. Okay? The kitchen looked spotless after I cleaned it. No comma, just that sentence. The kitchen looked spotless after I cleaned it. I hope that helps you when you do your classifying sentences. Go very slow. Go through your question and answer flow like you have been taught. For 2 years now, you should be able to do it on your own without my help. So we'll see you again for grammar next week. Goodbye.